So this is saying the Spartan, the 300 were 150 couples. We have a very weird thing in modern history where we like to look back and be like, they were gay. Did you know women controlled this tribe? Everyone was gay back then. Abraham Lincoln was gay. It's like, shut up.
I get what you're saying.
Shut up.
But
The 300 Spartans were not gay. However, the Spartans did fight the Sacred Band of Thebes, which may or may not have been gay, which were also a band of 300 men that fought the Spartans, ironically, after Thermopylae, after they joined forces with the Spartans. Okay, so to rewind, Shane Gillis is basically pointing out that in retrospect, in hindsight, us modern day people are always going back in time and being like, did you know that the Greeks were gay? And to be honest with you, in a lot of these instances where they point out where people are in fact gay, like proven to be gay, it is usually a predatory sort of scenario. Whole reason why platonic love was sort of invented, because when these philosophers would take young men under their wing, a lot of times they would be in relations with underage men. And I know at the time there wasn't no 18-year-old, but let's be modern about this and look back and be like, because if we're going to look back in history and be like, conquering's bad, even for the time period, it's like, yeah, grooming's bad, even for the time period. But I've already talked about the Sacred Band of Thebes and how it was 150 couples of men that may or may not have been gay. And in my opinion, it's like a football team. If you find out like the quarterback's gay, you're just going to call the whole team gay. Is that what happened with the Sacred Band of Thebes? Or were they really couples instead of just pairs of men that were friends? A lot of people don't give enough credit to Greeks and their interpretation of love. They had many words for love. So for example, I already told you about platonic love invented by Plato, meaning that he doesn't love somebody to the point where he wants to kiss and make out with them, right? It's friendship love. And they had a bunch of these words. So when they reinterpret the data, I think sometimes they see what they want to see. Now, is the Sacred Bands really a gay group? They could have been. But what's way more interesting is the fact that they beat the Spartans, which with the power of friendship or gay lovers, that's pretty gay for the Spartans, dude. But yeah, Shane's not wrong. In retrospect, they always go back and tell you how gay things were or how progressive it secretly was. And in my opinion, it works against them because a lot of people do see gay men as predators and sexual deviants, which I don't think is the case for today, but back in the day, it kind of was.